Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. Just wait for 1 minute and we will start. Good
Good
evening.
evening, ma'am.
Very good evening. Please switch on your cameras, all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, can I just come in 2 minutes, ma'am? Actually, I
Yeah,
want to fill my water bottle.
yeah, sure. Others, please switch on your cameras.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Kushal, Ridesh, Ishan, Satakshi, please switch on your cameras. Okay, good. Okay. So today we are here for the revision lecture. Chapter number 5, the fundamental unit of life. Okay, so in this particular chapter, since we have already covered it, we will be revising the entire chapter, plus we will have a worksheet. Okay, so we will discuss that worksheet, and post lecture you will get this worksheet also. All right, so you can solve it in your book and then forward it to ma'am. Okay, all right, so let us start with the chapter. It was with the discovery of cell that took place in 1665 by the scientist Robert Hooke. He examined the thin section of cork under the self-designed simple microscope. Okay, so simple microscope, that means it only magnifies the image. Okay, then what he observed, that the cork resembled the structure of the honeycomb. So here you can see in the figure, this type of structure was observed under the microscope, and this suggests that this cork, it is made up of many little compartments. So Robert Hooke, he called these boxes as the cells. Cell means the little room in the prism. The cells are, there are the adjoining rooms. एक के बाद एक rooms होते हैं छोटे छोटे. So that is called a cell. So therefore he named this structure as the cell. Okay, and this was the microscope designed by Robert Hooke.
Ma'am, that was death cell, no?
Yes, cork is obtained from the
Ma'am,
dead.
living cell was observed by the Robert Brown, no?
Leeuwenhoek.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm every time confused, ma'am, between
No,
these names.
Robert Hooke discovered the cork. Cork is the dead part. Okay, the
Yes,
outer covering. Then Robert Brown discovered nucleus. Okay, and Leeuwenhoek discovered
living cell.
living cells from a pond sample. Okay, so these are the two types of microscope given to us. One is the simple microscope. So when we say simple, it means it is having only one magnifying lens. Okay, that means no other objective lens present, only one magnifying lens which could, enlarge the image. And nowadays we have these compound microscopes available. So this compound microscope, you see, it has two magnifying lens. One is related with the eyepiece and another one is the objectives. So you can magnify the different power of the objectives given over here. You can magnify the image accordingly. We have 10x power, we have 40x power, we have 100x power. Okay, so these are the three different types of objective lens present. Okay, and this is the important part that you need to understand, the parts of the compound microscope. So you have to remember these parts for labeling. Okay, you'll be given a figure and then you could be asked to label these types of parts of a microscope. All right. Then there was an activity to understand whether all the living organisms are made up of cell, whether cell is present in all the living organism. So for this, we have to take a small piece of onion bulb, and with the help of the forceps, we need to peel off the skin. So that outer skin is what we need to peel it off. ये outer skin को हम बोलते हैं epidermis. Epi means outer, dermis is skin. So we have to pull the outer skin and place it in a watch glass containing water. Okay, so that it doesn't dry up, otherwise you will not be able to see it under the microscope. So you have to place it flat in the watch glass, and then you have to take a glass slide, because watch glass को आप पूरा रख के focus करके नहीं देख पाओगे. It has a concave surface. So you have to take a flat glass slide, the rectangular one, put a drop of water, and then you have to transfer this small piece of epidermis that you have taken, small peel, from the watch glass to the slide. And with the help of hairbrush, thin hairbrush, you can peel it flat on the slide. Okay, that means see, जितना पतला आपका specimen होगा उतना अच्छा आपको microscope के अंदर दिखेगा. Okay, so you have to take care that it is completely spread on the surface. Now what you have to do is you have to put a drop of iodine solution on this piece, followed by a cover slip. Okay, so this iodine solution, it is to color the peel. So the cells will also be colored. Otherwise, you will not be able to see it under the microscope. So after putting a drop of iodine solution, you can take any dye, you can take any of the staining solution. Okay. And then again, you have to take care that there are no air bubbles. Okay. Otherwise, what will happen? Air bubbles honge, so your field will be disturbed. Okay. I can see that many of you have put your cameras off. Please don't do that.
Is my video visible?
Yes, yes. Only to have put their video cameras on. Everyone has to put their cameras on, okay? Yes, Dhwanil, switch on your camera. Ananya, Dhanashri. Keep your cameras on quickly. There's a simple instruction and you have to follow. Okay, so moving ahead. What you have to do is you have to take care that there are no air bubbles, otherwise you will disturb the field. आपको अच्छे से clearly दिखेगा नहीं. Okay, so this is what we call it as a temporary mount of the onion field. Okay, what do we mean by temporary mount? देखो, अगर हम इसको permanent हमको इसको रखना है store करके, तो उसका एक अलग procedure होता है. ठीक है, तो ये हम temporary हमको इसको microscope के अंदर थोड़ी देर के लिए देखना है. So that is why it is called as a temporary mount. We can then wash it away also after our experiment. Okay, so then we have to first observe the slide under the low power microscope followed by high power. क्या है ये low power high power? देखो यहाँ पे ये objectives अलग अलग objectives है. So इसमें जो 10x होता है वो होता है low power के लिए. Low power that means आपको field set करनी है. आपने देख लिया कि ये particular field में मुझे मेरे cells दिख रहे हैं. Then what you will do is you will, after setting the field and after visualizing the cells in the low power, what you have to do is you have to simply turn the objective. So once you turn the objective to 40x, अब आपको और भी zoomed version दिखेंगे cells के. Okay, और भी बड़े बड़े cells दिखेंगे, बाजू बाजू में दिखेंगे. Okay, ऐसा करना है. तो इसको हम बोलते हैं low power and high power of the compound microscope. So you will observe this kind of structure under the microscope. Okay, and when this was visualized under the microscope, this structure, so it was observed that the same little compartments were present as observed by Robert Hooke in the कोक सेल. जो उसने कोक सेल में देखा था वैसा का वैसा सेम स्ट्रक्चर देखने को मिला किसमें, अनियन पील में. Now we have another option also available that we can try with different sizes of the onion peel. So आप अगर different size लोगे और आप onion peel के different size लेके भी आप देखते हो माइक्रोस्कोप के अंदर, so what you will observe, such similar structures every time. आपको बार बार वही similar structures देखने को मिलेंगे. ठीक है. So what do we conclude from these type of structures? See, first thing, the structures, they are similar to each other. Then these structures together, they will form a big structure like an onion bulb. Okay. So what do we find out from this activity? That onion bulb of different size have similar structures and that are visible under the microscope. Okay. So क्या conclude कर सकते हैं कि भले अलग अलग हमने साइज ली तो भी हमको सेम स्ट्रक्चर देखने को मिला. हमने कोक का स्ट्रक्चर देखा तो वो भी सेम था. अनियन सेल का देखा तो वो भी सेम था. ओके. सो वी कैन कंक्लूड दैट द बेसिक यूनिट or the basic building block is the same. The cells are the same. Okay. So we can say that all organisms that we are observing around are made up of cells. Okay. So all the living organisms that we are seeing around, they are made up of cell, and this cell is of similar structure. Okay. So this is what you can see given in your textbook also, the timeline of the events, and this indicates कब कौन सा discovery हुआ था. So in 1665, Robert Hooke, he discovered the cells in the coke slice. Then in 1674, Leeuwenhoek, he discovered for the first time the free living cells in the sample of pond water. Then in 1831, Robert Brown discovered the nucleus in the cells. In 1839, Purkinje coined the term protoplasm. In 1838 to 1839, there were two scientists, Sladen and Swan. They proposed the cell theory. Okay, so the cell theory, it says that all the living organisms are made up of cells. Cell is the structural and fundamental unit of the living organisms. And then one more point was added in 1855 when Robert Virchow, he suggested that all the cells, they come from the division of pre-existing cells. Okay, and then in 1940, you can see with the invention of electron microscope, the complex structures of the cell and its organelles can be studied. Okay, so that means ये तो बाहर के जो structure हैं you can see with the microscope, but if you want to see the internal structure of the cell organelles, then you have to go for extremely high power microscopes, and that is what we use, electron microscope. All right. Then, okay. Now with the invention of the magnifying lens, the new era begin, that is the microscopic world. We can have access to the microscopic world. Microscopic is वैसे organisms जिनको आप naked eye से नहीं देख सकते. So you need the help of some special instrument. That instrument is called as microscope, because what you are doing is, what you are visualizing is something which is, below the power of your eyes, जो आपकी eyes recognize नहीं कर सकती. Okay, so that is where we have this microscopes for visualizing the microorganisms. Now these organisms, they can or multicellular. So when we say unicellular, it means the organism is made up of single cell, where one cell is performing all the functions of the or all the functions for the organism. The examples include amoeba, bacteria, and paramecium. And then we have multicellular. Multi means many. So here the organism will consist of many cells. Okay. Plants and animals are the examples. Again, I could see that the cameras have been switched off. Why you guys are doing like that? Why it is difficult to understand that you have to keep your cameras on? Otherwise, I will remove one by one. Those who have put their cameras off, so straight away I will remove them. Yes, put your cameras on, everyone, please. Okay, good. Now, what is the difference between this unicellular and multicellular? देखो, unicellular organism में एक ही सेल सारे काम कर लेता है, ठीक है, सारे functions कर लेता है. Multicellular organisms में जो body organization है, that is complex. So एक cell is not enough to carry out all the functions in the body. So therefore, there are multiple cells. These cells are united to form tissues. And all these tissues, they have a specific function to follow. All right. So cells, what they do, how is this multicellular organism has come into existence? It is through the division of the cells. Okay. So what do the cells do? They undergo cell division and they produce the cells of its own kind. Okay. Then you can see in multicellular organisms, the shape and size of the cell also varies, and they have some specific function to perform. Very, very important. Okay, कुछ special, कुछ अलग function होता है इनके पास perform करने के लिए. ठीक है? So some cells like amoeba, they have changing shapes. Okay, then there are some type of specialized cells, for example, nerve cells. So nerve cells have the function of control and coordination. Okay, so यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो ये अमीबा है. ये अमीबा different shapes को बदल सकता है and it can carry out the movement. Amoeba is single cell. It can carry out the movement. It can take the food inside. And then here you can see nerve cell. Nerve cell has a specific function to follow for control and coordination. So here you can see these are the parts of the nerve cells, the cell body, axon, and a dendrite. Okay. Then apart from that, there are different types of cells in the body. The smooth muscle cells, which performs all the involuntary actions. जो भी आपका digestion है, respiration है, excretion है, वो सब smooth muscles करती है. Then there are blood cells, different types of blood cells, red blood cells, white blood cells. Okay, bone cells, sperm, egg, fat cells. Okay, so these are the different shape and size of the cell, and it is related to the specific function they follow. Okay, so अगर हमको summarize करना है तो हम किस तरह से summarize करेंगे? Characteristics of the cell. So we will say that each living cell has the capacity to perform certain basic function. Okay, every cell has the capacity to perform the basic function, and that is the characteristic for all living organisms. So in multicellular organism, the cell will perform basic function through division of labor. देखो, this is important to understand because हम बात कर रहे हैं multicellular organism की. So multicellular organism के अंदर there is a complex body design. तो जितना भी काम है वो cells आपस में बांट लेंगे. The cells are grouped into tissues. The cells are performing specific function. Okay, so that is why there is division of labor. ये जो काम है वो बट के हो रहा है और efficiently हो रहा है. यूनिसेल्युलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स में ऐसा नहीं होता है क्योंकि बॉडी डिजाइन कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं होता. सो अगर बॉडी डिजाइन कॉम्प्लेक्स नहीं है तो एक सेल काफी है सारे फंक्शंस को परफॉर्म करने के लिए, बट मल्टीसेल्यूलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स में ऐसा नहीं है, इसीलिए उनमें ये जो सेल्स हैं वो ग्रुप होते हैं, अलग अलग फंक्शन परफॉर्म करते हैं, एंड दे फॉलो डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर। ओके, सो अगर हमारे में, अगर हम ह्यूमंस की बात करें, सो वी हैव डिवीजन ऑफ लेबर, दैट मींस डिफरेंट पार्ट्स ऑफ द ह्यूमन बॉडी विल परफॉर्म डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फंक्शंस। ओके, जैसे कि डाइजेशन होता है हमारे अंदर, रेस्पिरेशन होता है, एक्सक्रीशन होता है। सो ये जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट पार्ट्स हैं वो अपना स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन फॉलो कर रहे हैं। ओके, जैसे हार्ट है तो हार्ट का काम होता है ब्लड को पंप करने का, स्टमक में फूड स्टोर होता है, इंटेस्टाइन में डाइजेस्ट होता है। ओके, सो दीज आर ऑल द एग्जांपल्स वेयर यू कैन सी क्लियर डिविजन ऑफ लेबर। ओके, एक ही ऑर्गेनिज्म के अंदर सेल्स आपस में डिवाइड होके काम कर रहे हैं। ओके, नाउ even in this multicellular organisms you will see that the cells have got certain specific components within it. सेल के अंदर भी कुछ कंपार्टमेंट्स होते हैं, कुछ कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं जिनको हम बोलते हैं सेल ऑर्गेनल्स। ओके, वी कॉल देम एज सेल ऑर्गेनल्स। दैट मींस इनसाइड द सेल, जो भी आपने ऊपर अनियन पील का स्ट्रक्चर देखा था तो वो आपने बिल्कुल बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर देखा था। अब अगर आप उसके अंदर आप उसमें और अच्छे हाई पावर माइक्रोस्कोप के साथ अगर आप उसमें और देखोगे तो आपको अलग अलग ऑर्गेनल्स, सेल ऑर्गेनल्स देखने को मिलेंगे। तो देखो क्या है इन सेल ऑर्गेनल्स का फंक्शन, टू परफॉर्म स्पेसिफिक फंक्शन लाइक making new raw materials, clearing up the waste materials, etc. Okay, so we can say that the cell is a living entity because it is able to perform all the functions because of the presence of these organelles. The cell is living because it has organelles which are performing different function. Okay, so these cells, they are found in the same organelles. Okay, all the cells will be there in the same organelle and they have the similar function. Okay, तो जो भी हम अभी यहाँ पे ये जितने भी आपको ऑर्गेनल्स दिख रहे हैं ना, ये हर एक सेल के अंदर होंगे और हर एक में ये सेम ही फंक्शन।
And ma'am, this all components are mainly found in neurons, no?
Which one?
In tissues.
No, in all the
Neurons.
cells.
In all means yes, ma'am.
Okay, in all the cells you will find this, not in the
Yes,
neurons.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so now we have to see what is a cell made up of. What is the structural organization of a cell? So a cell has a special components that we have already discussed called organelles. Okay, cell के अंदर organelles होंगे. So if we study a cell under the microscope, we will observe that there are three basic features in every cell. हर एक सेल के अंदर आप देखोगे ना तो तीन बेसिक फीचर्स होते ही हैं। क्या होते हैं ये तीन बेसिक फीचर्स? हर एक सेल के पास एक प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन, एक न्यूक्लियस और एक साइटोप्लाज्म होता है। ओके, एवरी सेल हैज प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन, nucleus and a cytoplasm. Okay, so all the activities inside the cell and the interaction of the cell with the environment, सेल के अंदर भी जो भी एक्टिविटीज हो रही है और ये जो सेल का इंटरेक्शन है एनवायरमेंट के साथ, it is possible because of these features. Okay, so we will discuss about each and every feature in detail. All right, यहाँ तक कुछ पूछना है? This was just the general introduction regarding the cells and what they consist of, how they look like. Okay, and the basic difference between the unicellular and the multicellular organisms. Okay, so moving ahead. Okay, so we have plasma membrane or the cell membrane. Now दोनों ही नाम है, या तो आप उसको प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन बोल दो या सेल मेम्ब्रेन बोल दो, ठीक है. सो मेम्ब्रेन क्या होता है पहले तो वो समझेंगे. सो मेम्ब्रेन इज द लेयर. Okay, so this plasma membrane or the cell membrane, it is the outermost covering of the cell and it separates the contents of the cell from the external environment. जो भी चीजें सेल के अंदर है और जो बाहर है उसके बीच में ये सेपरेट करती है प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. Okay, that means I will show you like this. This is the cell. ये जो बाउंड्री है that is the plasma membrane. ओके, उसी तरीके से ये दूसरा सेल, ठीक है. सो नाउ सी दिस थिंग व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, you can see inside and outside. Okay, whatever contents are present inside the cell and whatever are present outside, whatever environment is there outside. Okay, so this will be separated with the help of plasma membrane. Plasma membrane will separate the contents of the cell from inside and outside. Okay, so how it will separate? It will allow or it will permit the entry and exit of some materials in and out of the cell. Okay, regulate karega. It will decide which molecules will enter and which will leave the cell. ठीक है. So because of this nature, very, very important point, because of this nature, plasma membrane is called as selectively permeable membrane. क्योंकि वो decide करता है कौन से molecules को अंदर आना है, कौन से को बाहर जाना. Okay, so that is why it is a selectively permeable membrane. ये यहाँ पे जो नीचे आप structure देख रहे हो, that is the 3D structure of the plasma membrane. Okay, ये इस तरह से actually आपको 3D structure देखने को मिलेगा. और वैसे अगर आप ऊपर ऊपर से देखोगे तो बस एक लाइन जैसा ही देखने को मिलेगा, ठीक है. सो ये बात इंपॉर्टेंट चीज याद रखनी है. द इंपॉर्टेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन इज दैट इट इज अ सेलेक्टिवली परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन. ओके, नाउ लास्ट चीज हमने क्या डिस्कस की, दैट प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन इज सेलेक्टिवली परमिएबल. सो ये चीज को नाउ वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि how it is regulating, how it is controlling the entry and exit of molecules. Okay, so see, how does the movement of substance will take place into the cell? That is what we need to understand. So there are some substances like carbon dioxide or oxygen. They can move across the cell membrane by the process called diffusion. Okay, कुछ gases होते हैं जैसे कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड और ऑक्सीजन, और ये प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन से मूव करते हैं by a process called diffusion. Say for example, in our body also, what we do is we take up oxygen. So this oxygen, it reaches to the cell, each and every cell, and because of the cellular activities, we produce carbon dioxide. It is a cellular waste. So now we cannot keep this CO2 inside. अंदर नहीं रख सकते. We need to throw this out. Okay. So CO2 goes out into the atmosphere. Oxygen from the atmosphere enters inside the body. All right. So अब अगर आप इसको देखोगे तो यहाँ पे actually क्या हो रहा है? Diffusion is taking place. CO2 है और oxygen. CO2 को अंदर से बाहर आना है. Oxygen को बाहर से अंदर आना है. So there is a diffusion. What is this diffusion? There is a movement of substance from its high concentration to the low concentration. अब इसी context को आप समझोगे फिर से कि अंदर CO2 ज्यादा बन रहा है, तो CO2 का concentration high है as compared to outside, तो CO2 बाहर जाएगा, high concentration to low concentration. बाहर ऑक्सीजन का concentration ज्यादा है as compared to inside, so बाहर से अंदर की ओर आएगा, high concentration to low concentration. Okay, so diffusion, it is a process. It is a process for the movement of molecules in which the molecules, they move from their high concentration to the low concentration. So this diffusion, it plays an important role in gaseous exchange between the cell as well as the cell and its external environment. Clear? Quickly. Yes? Everyone?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Then again, I can see the cameras have been put off. I don't know why 9th standard students are doing this. Others, they never do like this. Okay. Then, यहाँ तक आपने देखा movement of gaseous molecules. Now we have to see movement with respect to water molecules. Okay. So water में भी law of diffusion तो obey होता है, लेकिन there is an involvement of selectively permeable membrane. So water के अंदर we call it as osmosis. Okay, whenever there is a movement of water molecules concerned, so we call it as osmosis. And here a selectively permeable membrane is involved. Okay, so what we can say, the movement of water across the plasma membrane, क्योंकि selectively permeability है plasma membrane के पास, so the movement of water across the plasma membrane, it is from again high concentration to low concentration. लेकिन water के अंदर अगर आप देखोगे ना, तो there is some amount of substances dissolved in water. There are some salts dissolved in water. Okay, so that is why we have a selectively permeable plasma membrane. So osmosis is the passage of water from a region of high concentration through a semi-permeable membrane to a region of low concentration. Okay, so यहाँ पे आप देखोगे osmosis और diffusion, इनके बीच में difference. A selectively permeable membrane is involved in osmosis, whereas diffusion, it is simply the movement of molecules. दोनों में high concentration to low concentration रहेगा, लेकिन यहाँ पे selectively permeable membrane होगा. यहाँ पे there will be the spontaneous movement of molecules. All right. So difference अगर पूछते हैं तो आपको आना चाहिए. Okay. Clear? So now we have another thing to understand, that is the movement across the plasma membrane with an example. Now see, if you put an animal cell or a plant cell, any cell you take, animal or plant, you put it in the solution of sugar or salt. कोई भी solution ले लो आप, sugar solution ले लो, salt solution ले लो, तो तीन चीजें हो सकती है. क्या तीन चीजें हैं? देखो, एक तो the medium has exactly same concentration as the cell. जितना concentration cell में है, medium में भी, बाहर भी उतना ही concentration है जितना cell के अंदर है. तो ऐसी condition में क्या होगा? There will be no net movement of water across the membrane, क्योंकि दोनों जगह पे concentration same है. ऐसे solution को हम बोलेंगे isotonic solution. Iso means same. Okay. Isotonic solution. So देखो, वाटर के पास तो प्रॉपर्टी है कि वो दोनों डायरेक्शंस में से क्रॉस हो सकता है, लेकिन जो अमाउंट है, जो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है, वो डिसाइड करेगा कि वाटर मॉलिक्यूल्स का जो मूवमेंट है वो किस तरह से होगा. ओके, सो यहाँ पे हमने बोला कि बिकॉज द अमाउंट इज सेम, द कॉन्सेंट्रेशन इज सेम, so there will be no overall movement of water. So the size of the cell will be the same because there is no net movement of water. Then we have second condition. Now what is the second condition? See, if the medium surrounding the cell has high water concentration, बाहर की ओर ज़्यादा water concentration है as compared to the cell inside. Okay, medium is having more water concentration than the cell. इसका मतलब ये है कि outside solution is very dilute. So high concentration to low concentration. Therefore, the cell will gain water by osmosis. So ऐसे type के solution को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Hypotonic solution. Hypotonic means dilute solution. So जब भी cell dilute solution में होगा, so the cell will gain water. Okay, and as a result of this, when the water will enter inside the cell will swell up. उसी का ही opposite. If the medium has low concentration of water, then the cell, that means very concentrated. Okay, so here the cell will lose water by osmosis. Such a solution is called hypertonic solution. Okay, medium में बाहर कम concentration है, cell में ज्यादा है, तो जहां से ज्यादा होगा वहां से बाहर जाएगा, so the cell will shrink. Okay, so water will leave the cell will shrink. So this is called as hypertonic solution, concentrated solution. All right, so this is what you have seen, diffusion through a selectively permeable membrane. Clear? ये important है, तीनों चीजें आपको understand करना. Isotonic, hypertonic, hypertonic, hypo and hyper. So cell में पानी कब अंदर आएगा, कब बाहर जाएगा, cell कब swell करेगा, कब shrink करेगा, all these things are important for you to understand. Okay? Clear? Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So we will move ahead with this part. Okay, इसमें से आपको questions भी पूछे जाएंगे. So ये तीनों चीजें आपको clear होनी चाहिए. Now based on this, we have osmosis with the egg cell. ये एक type की activity है जिसमें you have to understand what is happening exactly in the cell. Okay, so we are seeing it with respect to the egg cell. So first of all, what we will do is we will remove the shell of the egg by dissolving it in hydrochloric acid. The shell, this is made up of calcium carbonate. So जब आप उस पे hydrochloric acid add करोगे ना, तो ये जो shell है वो निकल जाएगी. It will be D shell. Okay. Then you have to put it in pure water and observe after 5 minutes. So what you will see कि आपने उसको water में रखा, बाहर concentration ज्यादा है पानी का, अंदर कम है. So the egg will swell up. The water will enter into the cell by osmosis. Similar situation में जब आप D-shelled egg को रखोगे concentrated salt solution, ये आपने shell remove कर दी, उसके बाद आप इसको अगर concentrated salt solution में रखते हो ना, और 5 मिनट बाद अगर आप observe करते हो, तो you will observe that water, whatever amount of water is present in the egg shell, it will leave the cell and the egg will shrink. Okay, so same वही चीज थी, hypertonic, hypotonic, but with the different example we had seen. Same with the resins, ये आपने घर में भी देखा होगा ऐसा. When you take the resins, when you place them in pure water, so resins will swell. When you place them in the concentrated solution, it will lose water and consequently it will shrink. Okay, so जो एकदम जो dried fruits होते हैं ना, जो आपको markets में मिलते हैं, बिल्कुल dry fruits होते हैं, dried fruits. Okay, वो blueberries and all जो भी आपको market में मिलते हैं ना, packed foods जो होते हैं, so all they are placed in the solution of sugar or salt, basically sugar because sweetness होती है थोड़ी सी, so they will shrink. Okay, and then we have more examples following the diffusion and osmosis. So here you can see the unicellular freshwater organisms, and most of the plant cells, they gain water through osmosis. Then absorption of water by the plant's root is also an example of osmosis. You need to remember the various examples of osmosis. Okay, so just to sum up, diffusion is an important in the exchange of gases and water, and then in addition to this, the cell will also obtain nutrition from the environment, okay, based on the concentration difference. Then different molecules will move in and out of the cell through a type of transport requiring the use of energy in the form of ATP. ये कब देखने को मिलेगा आपको ATP वाला? देखो मोस्टली जो आपने देखा ना वो कैसा था, हाई कॉन्सेंट्रेशन से लो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. सो जब आप हाई कॉन्सेंट्रेशन से लो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन जाते हो ना तो वहां आपको एनर्जी नहीं चाहिए होती है. ओके क्योंकि नेचुरल फ्लो जाएगा. ओके स्लाइड होती है ना, बचपन में स्लाइड्स खाते होंगे आप, तो आपने देखा होगा कि स्लाइड से आप ऊपर से नीचे आते हो तो फटाफट से आप नीचे आ जाते हो, बट आप उल्टा चढ़ने की ट्राई करते हो तो आपको मेहनत लगती है, एक दो बार आप गिरते भी हो. ओके सो वहां पे आपको एनर्जी लगती है. तो यहाँ पे ये जो प्रोसेस होगा इसमें क्या होगा, रिवर्स होगा, फ्रॉम लो कॉन्सेंट्रेशन टू हाई कॉन्सेंट्रेशन. सो डेफिनेटली अगर हम कॉन्सेंट्रेशन के अगेंस्ट में जा रहे हैं तो वहां पे हमको एनर्जी की रिक्वायरमेंट लगेगी. दिस थर्ड पॉइंट. ओके सो if you see the structure of this plasma membrane, it is flexible because it is controlling the movement of molecules and it is made up of lipids and proteins. However, the ultrastructure, the inside structure of the plasma membrane could only be visible through a electron microscope. यहाँ पे जो बाजू में ये रखा हुआ है ये है electron microscope. Okay. Then the cell membrane, it has the flexibility. That means it can engulf the food and other material from the external environment. जैसे कि अमीबा के अंदर आप देखोगे तो अमीबा takes its food through endocytosis. किस तरह से, ये फूड पार्टिकल है जो आप पिंक कलर का देख रहे हो. ओके एंड दिस जस्ट अ सेकेंड. Okay, so here you can see that there is a food particle. So whenever amoeba feels a food particle near to it, so it will form a food vacuole. ये जो स्ट्रक्चर आप देख रहे हो सूडोपोडिया, फॉल्स लेग है. ये फॉल्स लेग क्या करेंगे, एक फूड वैक्यूल जैसा स्ट्रक्चर बना देंगे. इट विल एनगल्फ द फूड पार्टिकल को उसके अंदर ले लेंगे. ओके सो हियर यू कैन सी द फर्स्ट step is ingestion, how they are taking in the food particle. Then they will release the digestive enzymes and the food particle is broken down. Okay, ये जो digestive enzymes हैं ये क्या करेंगे, ये food particle को break down करेंगे. Okay, so digested, absorbed and assimilated. So digest हुआ, absorb हुआ and finally they are removed out of the body. This process is called as endocytosis. सेल के अंदर हो रहा है इसीलिए endocytosis. कोई डाउट है यहां तक? Yes, no?
No.
Okay. Yes, be interactive. खाली सुनना नहीं है, बीच बीच में बोलना भी है. ओके आपका ही रिवीजन क्लास है, सो आपका रिवीजन क्लास है इसीलिए आपको भी बीच बीच में बोलना रहेगा. यस
Ma'am, actually I have doubt in exosmosis and endosmosis.
यस बेटा बोलो.
Ma'am, I just want to recap that again, ma'am.
Okay, when we say endosmosis,
It's inner
which one?
osmosis, no?
This part you are talking about?
No, ma'am. I just want to learn that endosmosis and exosmosis. I confuse many times. That's why.
Okay. So you will come in this cell wall part. Okay, we will
Okay,
learn
ma'am.
this in the cell wall part. Okay, we will just after 2-3 slides only that concept
Okay,
will come. Okay, so now the next thing that we have is the cell wall. Okay, see this is your revision class. So अभी तक तो आपको सब याद हो जाना चाहिए, ठीक है? So you have to interact along with me because you need to remember. So this class is specially for you guys, so that you need not have to go on learning again and again. Okay, so be interactive. Doubts है पूछो, कुछ नहीं समझ में आ रहा है पूछो, कुछ clarify करना है पूछो. Okay, and cameras अपनी off मत रखो, बार बार बोलना नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. कर दो फिर से on जिनकी भी cameras off है. Okay, next we have is cell wall. Now plant cells, in addition to the plasma membrane, they have another rigid outer structure called cell wall. ओके ये आपको प्लांट्स में ही देखने को मिलेगा. एनिमल्स के पास सेल वॉल नहीं होता है. क्यों सेल वॉल नहीं होता है? क्योंकि दे आर मूविंग, प्लांट्स आर स्टेशनरी. सो उनको एक्स्ट्रा प्रोटेक्शन के लिए एक और लेयर होती है जिसको अपन बोलते हैं सेल वॉल. कुछ बैक्टीरियाज में भी सेल वॉल पाए जाते हैं. ठीक है. सो ये जो सेल वॉल है आपको कहाँ मिलेगा? आउटसाइड द प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन. ओके. और जो प्लांट का सेल वॉल है दैट इज मेड अप ऑफ सेल्यूलोज. सेल्यूलोज इज द मटेरियल व्हिच कंपोजेस द सेल वॉल ऑफ द प्लांट सेल. ओके. सो ये जो सेल्यूलोज है इसका काम क्या होता है? इट प्रोवाइड्स स्ट्रक्चरल स्ट्रेंथ टू द प्लांट्स. It is a complex substance. You can see it is made up of many molecules. It is a big complex structure. So it provides rigidity, it provides structural, mechanical strength to the plants. Okay. Now we have another concept called plasmolysis in cell. Okay. Now see, whenever a plant cell loses water, जब भी plant cell में से पानी बाहर जाए, when it loses water through osmosis, so this indicates that there is shrinkage or contraction of the contents of the cell away from the cell wall. जैसे कि यहाँ पे आप देख रहे हो ना, तो ये नॉर्मल सेल है आपका, द ग्रीन कलर वाला. अब अगर पानी बाहर जाता है, okay, when the plant is losing water, okay, concentrated solution में अगर होगा तो पानी बाहर की ओर जाएगा. The water will leave the cell. Okay. So जो भी contents होंगे ना अंदर, they will also shrink. Okay. So see, here you can see the cell is showing the contraction of the cytoplasm. Cytoplasmic contents are showing the contraction. So at some point you will see that the cytoplasm is shrinked. क्योंकि पानी निकलता जा रहा है ना. Cytoplasm is mainly fluid. So cytoplasm में से mainly पानी बाहर जाता जा रहा है when the cell is placed in the hypertonic solution. Okay. So when the cell is losing water through osmosis or where there is a shrinkage, the contents of the cell will move away from the cytoplasm, away from the cell wall. Okay, not cytoplasm, cell wall. That phenomena is, we call it as plasmolysis. देखो ये normal था, ये slowly and gradually cytoplasm में से पानी जा रहा था. So cell wall से इसका जो contact है वो कम होता जा रहा था, shrink हो गया, यहाँ पे आ गया. तो इस phenomenon को हम क्या बोलेंगे? Plasmolysis. Okay. Plasmolysis के लिए आपको क्या याद रखना है? The cell when placed in a hypertonic solution loses water through osmosis. As a result of this, there is contraction of the contents of the cell away from the cell wall. Okay. So again, we have a.
Can you share this PDF on group?
I have already shared this. ये किसने? साहिल आपने पूछा?
No ma'am, Kushal. No ma'am, मैंने नहीं
कुशल, I think you have joined late ना? आपने late join किया था ना?
Yes ma'am.
ओके
Yes,
ओके, नो प्रॉब्लम. मैम आपको आज सेंड कर देंगे. वैसे भी मैं दोबारा भेजने ही वाली हूँ आपको, क्योंकि ये रिवीजन लेक्चर है और इसके साथ वर्कशीट भी होगी, तो मैं दोबारा भेज दूंगी आपको. स्तुति मैम सभी को फिर से फॉरवर्ड कर देंगे जिनके पास भी नहीं है. ठीक है?
Okay ma'am.
All right. So we have activity to study plasmolysis, that is in the Rio leaf. So what we have to do is we have to put it in the strong solution of sugar or salt, and we have to then observe. Okay. So the concentrated sugar or the solution is called hypertonic solution, or when you place the cell in such hypertonic solution, the water will move out of the cell. देखो पानी सेल से बाहर जा रहा है तो उसको हम बोलेंगे exosmosis. X means out. Enter हो रहा है. Exosmosis कब होगा आपका? जब वो हाइपरटोनिक सॉल्यूशन में होगा. ठीक है? तो पानी बाहर जाएगा. ओके. देन उसका ही अपोजिट एंड ऑस्मोसिस, when the cell is placed in the hypotonic solution. ठीक है? So अगर हम बोलते हैं hypertonic solution, the cell is placed in a concentrated solution, water will move out of the cell, exosmosis will take place, so that is plasmolysis. आया समझ में? Keywords याद रख लो सारे. Hypertonic solution, concentrated है, okay? Water will move out, exosmosis, plasmolysis. ठीक है? उसका ही opposite, endosmosis, hypotonic solution, water will enter the cell. ठीक है? Deplasmolysis. आया समझ में? सो वही चीज आपको बोली गई है. अगर आप वापस से सेल को, पहले आपने कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड सॉल्यूशन में रखा था, हाइपरटोनिक में रखा था, पानी बाहर निकल गया. अब अगर आप वापस उसको प्योर वाटर में रखेंगे तो द वाटर विल अगेन रीगेन इनटू द सेल. ठीक है? सो देयर इज दिस क्विक comparison between the deplasmolysis and deplasmolysis. So anyways, whatever points I told you, the same points are discussed over here. Okay, so you can refer it for your knowledge. Okay, then we also have a difference between osmosis and plasmolysis. Okay, so osmosis, it is a type of a passive diffusion where there is a movement of water molecules through a semi-permeable membrane, selectively permeable membrane from high concentration to low concentration, whereas plasmolysis, it is the loss of water when the cells are placed in hypertonic solution. Okay, so osmosis के अंदर दो types होते हैं, endosmosis, exosmosis. Okay, and it can occur in hypertonic, isotonic, hypotonic solutions, whereas plasmolysis आपको सिर्फ hypertonic solutions में ही देखने को मिलेगा. Okay. Then the next thing that we have is importance of cell wall in the organism. So cell wall का काम क्या होता है? पहला तो it will permit the cells of plants, fungi and bacteria to withstand hypotonic solutions. That means it will not allow the cells to burst even if they are placed in a hypotonic medium, जहाँ पे बाहर पानी का concentration ज्यादा है, still पूरा का पूरा पानी अंदर सेल के enter नहीं हो जाएगा. So this provides a protective feature to the cell. Okay, so then the cell will not burst up. ये cell wall अपना एक pressure लगाता है ताकि बहुत ज्यादा पानी अंदर enter ना हो सके और cell burst ना हो. Okay, the cell wall exerts an equal pressure against the swollen cell. The third point you can see. आया समझ में? Then nucleus. Now this nucleus, if you see, आपने इसके पहले जो ऑनियन सेल का स्ट्रक्चर आपने देखा था ना, तो उसके अंदर छोटे छोटे डॉट 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 स्ट्रक्चर थे. That is the nucleus. Okay, so we can use different stains. We can use different dyes to color the cell and observe it under the माइक्रोस्कोप, बिकॉज कुछ रीजन्स ऐसे होंगे जो आपको डार्क स्टेन दिखेंगे, कुछ आपको लाइटली स्टेन दिखेंगे. सो दिस क्रिएट्स अ काइंड ऑफ क्विक कंपैरिजन वेयर यू कैन ऑब्जर्व योर सेल्स. सो उसी में से ही एक स्ट्रक्चर है विच इज प्रेजेंट इन द सेंटर ऑफ द सेल, ऑलमोस्ट इन द सेंटर ऑफ द सेल, विच इज कॉल्ड एज न्यूक्लियस. Okay, and this is the activity given in your textbook to observe the cheek cells. Okay, same ऐसा ही आपको spherical, round spherical structure देखने को मिलेगा. We are not discussing this activity because otherwise we'll be running short of time and we have to complete the whole chapter also. So इसी तरीके का structure जो आपने same onion cells में देखा था वो आपको यहाँ पे भी देखने को मिलेगा. Okay, so now see the structure of the nucleus. Under the electron microscope, it was revealed that nucleus has a double layer covering called न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन. ओके, सो ये जो नीचे मैंने एक स्ट्रक्चर रखा हुआ है ये डबल लेयर मेम्ब्रेन है और बीच बीच में आप देख रहे हो तो खाली जगह है. सो दैट न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन हैज पोर्स. ये जो एम्प्टी स्पेसेस है, दीज आर द पोर्स. दिस विल अलाउ द ट्रांसफर ऑफ मटेरियल फ्रॉम इनसाइड टू आउटसाइड. ओके, दैट मीन्स ये जो पूरा आप जो सेल देख रहे हो ये साइटोप्लाज्म है, इसके अंदर न्यूक्लियस है. सो इनसाइड आउटसाइड, न्यूक्लियस से अंदर बाहर की ओर जो भी मटेरियल्स का ट्रांसपोर्ट होगा वो ये न्यूक्लियर पोर्स के थ्रू होगा. Now very very important, nucleus contains chromosomes. Inside the nucleus you will see there are thread like structure present which are called as chromosomes. Okay, so when the cell is able to divide, सेल का भी एक फेज होता है, वो पर्टिकुलर फेज में ही आपको क्रोमोसोम्स दिखेंगे. तो किस तरह के स्ट्रक्चर्स आपको दिखेंगे? यू विल सी द रॉड शेप स्ट्रक्चर्स लाइक दिस. These are the chromosomes and you will observe them only when the cell is about to divide. Okay, now what is the role of chromosomes in the nucleus? Okay, I want to ask you from you guys, who will answer? Come on, raise your hand. एक पॉइंट सब बोल देंगे, फटाफट रिवाइज हो जाएगा. क्रोमोसोम, क्विकली रेज योर हैंड्स. हु विल स्पीक फर्स्ट पॉइंट?
Yes, ma'am. Can I?
Yes, Prakrut.
Yes, ma'am. Chromosomes are. Means, ma'am, I have to read or.
No, you just tell me what are chromosomes.
By myself, no?
You know.
Chromosomes are the thread-like structures which contains their own genes called DNA.
They contain the heredity material called DNA.
Gene.
Okay, DNA. The functional part of the DNA is the genes. The functional segments of the DNA are called genes.
Yes.
Okay, so chromosome, they contain information for heredity of features. What is this inheritance feature? The information which is passed from parents to the next generation.
Characteristics.
Yes. So these are all the characteristics. We do look similar to our parents. We do
Yes.
have some features, some habits on parents. Okay. So that is what we have got inherited. Okay. Then, so chromosomes, they contain the DNA, and DNA, the functional segment of the DNA are called as genes. Okay. Now, अंडर व्हेन द सेल इज नॉट डिवाइडिंग, ये देखो, ये जो आपको दिख रहे हैं ना, ये सारे क्रोमोसोम्स दिख रहे हैं आपको. जब सेल डिवाइड नहीं करता होता है, जब न्यूक्लियस के अंदर एज इट इज होगा ना, सो देयर यू विल बी सीइंग द थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स. ओके, सो व्हेन द सेल इज अबाउट टू डिवाइड, दीज थ्रेड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स आर ऑर्गेनाइज्ड इनटू क्रोमोसोम्स. ठीक है, आया समझ में यहां तक? So now we need to understand what are the functions of the nucleus. So this nucleus, it is called as the brain of the cell. क्यों ऐसा बोला जाता है brain of the cell? Because it is regular. Yes. Yes, who's answering? बोलो.
And because ma'am, nucleus control the cell.
Nucleus is controlling all the activities in the cell. जितने भी एक्टिविटीज सेल में होते हैं, जो भी फंक्शन सेल करता है ना, उसको जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस होते हैं वो कहाँ से मिलते हैं? न्यूक्लियस में से मिलते हैं. सो दिस न्यूक्लियस प्लेज अ सेंट्रल रोल इन सेल डिवीजन. ओके, विच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर सेल डिवाइड नहीं होगा तो न्यूक्लियस भी डिवाइड नहीं होगा, न्यूक्लियस डिवाइड नहीं होगा तो जेनेटिक मटेरियल भी ट्रांसफर नहीं होगा. ओके, सो देयरफॉर दिस न्यूक्लियस इज कंट्रोलिंग द सेल रिप्रोडक्शन, एंड अलोंग विथ it is also important in regulating the activities of all the cell organs. Okay, that along with the environment, it also plays a crucial part in determining the way the cell will develop, what it will form at maturity. So it will direct, overall what it is doing is it is directing all the chemical activities of the cell. Clear? Okay. So then we have the difference between the prokaryotic and the eukaryotic cell. Okay, अब ये तो आपने बहुत बार पढ़ा हुआ है, आपने टेस्ट में भी आपको पूछा गया था. ओके, सो चलो वन पॉइंट हर कोई बोलेगा जिसको जो भी पॉइंट पता है प्रोकैरियोटिक और यूकैरियोटिक के बीच में. ओके, सो पहला पॉइंट प्रोकैरियोटिक के बारे में.
Ma'am,
यस
ma'am,
साहिल.
prokaryotic means ma'am, prokaryotics doesn't have a well-developed nucleus, and
Very good.
eukaryotic have well-developed nucleus.
Very good. Okay, second point. Okay, कौन बोलेगा सेकंड पॉइंट? फटाफट, क्विकली जो आता है फटाफट बोल देना.
Eukaryotic have nucleus membrane.
Eukaryote. Okay, that's what Sahil said. Well-defined nuclear membrane is absent in prokaryotes. Nuclear membrane is present in eukaryotes. Okay, उसके अलावा सेल ऑर्गेनल्स प्रोकैरियोट्स में होंगे नहीं होंगे?
No, they
No,
are absent.
they are
Yeah,
absent.
they are absent, ma'am.
Yes.
And
So
they are present in eukaryotes.
yes, cell organelles will be absent in prokaryotes, whereas they will be present in eukaryotes. Okay.
And eukaryotic cell is usually present in animals, animal cells.
In complex organisms, in multicellular
Yes,
organisms.
multicellular.
And prokaryotes, they are smaller in size. Prokaryotes, they have even one chromosome. They have only one chromosome. एक ही cell है
Ma'am,
ना?
may I say another point?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, we have 23 pairs of chromosomes or 26 pair of chromosomes?
23 pairs. Total 46.
Yes, ma'am.
23 pairs. So 23 into 2, 46. Okay. Yes. Who was going to say? Shatakshi? Yes.
Ma'am, me Sahil.
Yes.
Ma'am, they have the membrane bound is absent in prokaryotics, and in eukaryotics they are present.
Membrane bound organelles. Okay.
Ma'am, may I?
Yes.
In prokaryotic cells, nucleus is not well developed, and in eukaryotic cells, nucleus is well
That is the
developed.
first point. Okay. That is the first point you should always write whenever you have been asked for prokaryotic and eukaryotic. What other thing you can write is?
Yes, ma'am. Can
Yes, Prakrut.
I? Ma'am, have we taken this point of nucleoid?
No, we have
anyone
not
has said?
No, nobody
So,
has said.
ma'am, basically undefined prokaryotes have undefined nuclear membrane, and it has instead of that it has nucleic acid, so that is why it is called nucleoid
Nucleates. Okay, so they have undefined nuclear region.
region.
We will call it as a region, and that is nucleoid. Whereas in eukaryotes, they have chromosomes.
Ma'am, so region means a particular section or
Area, some area.
Okay, yes.
Okay, some in the cell only they have some area. All right, so see how well it goes. We have already covered this topic. Okay, then this organelles which are present in the eukaryotic cell, ये मैंने आपको starting में पहले ही बता दिया था that they have some specific function to follow. Okay, so ये हम one by one already देखने वाले हैं कि क्या function perform करते हैं. Okay, so this is in general. You can see the differences that we have already discussed in detail. थोड़ा detail में है versus prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Okay, then we were discussing about the cell wall, cell membranes. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now, this cell membranes, जो भी अभी हमने पढ़ी, plasma membrane और जो सेल वॉल के बारे में पढ़ा, सेल वॉल तो नहीं, पर जो भी प्लाज्मा मेम्ब्रेन के बारे में हमने पढ़ा. So this concept is applicable. This is very, very important because see, आप अगर वायरस को देखोगे ना, तो this virus, they are non-membranous structure. They don't have any membrane.
They need a host to live.
Yes, so they need a host to multiply. Okay, they do not show any characteristics of life in the outer environment. बाहर वो non-living होते हैं, जैसे ही वो host की body में enter होते हैं, so they multiply with the machinery of the host.
So they are called they are eukaryotic, prokaryotic.
No. They do have their genetic material. No? Their genetic material is there. RNA is there. So we can't call them as prokaryotic. Okay. But the important thing is कि दोनों they can live living and non-living. So बाहर होंगे तो non-living. जैसे ही host की body में enter करेंगे तो they will become living. And they are highly infectious agents. Okay. Because they are depending on the machinery of the host for replication. All right. The next region we have is cytoplasm. Quickly, if you see this cytoplasm, it will take up very little stain. It is the fluid part. And inside the cytoplasm, there are various cell organelles embedded. Okay. So this cytoplasm, if you see, it will regulate the metabolic activities of the cell. It will provide shape and strength to the cell. And it will also hold all the organelles in place. Okay. And without cytoplasm, अगर cytoplasm नहीं होगा तो cell will be deflated. Okay, shrink हो जाएगा, and the materials will not be able to pass.
Transport different places.
It will not take place. Okay, because this is the main watery medium. So all this contents inside the cell cytoplasm will also shrink. Okay, So the cell will be deflated. Then we have cell organelles. Okay, अब ये जो special organelles जो कि हमने देखा कि यूकैरियोट्स में present होता है, तो इसके बारे में अभी हमको पढ़ना है हर एक ऑर्गेनल के बारे में कि क्या कौन सा फंक्शन करता है. So quickly, the first one that we have in the list is, yes,
ma'am, actually there is a doubt that
yes,
for example cytoplasm is its end of the page, it is a liquid, right? So
yes.
it is a higher concentration liquid or lower concentration liquid?
That is what is regulated by the plasma
Yes,
membrane.
ma'am. So actually means does the osmosis and that applies
tell
to
you.
our cells?
I'll tell you. See, cytoplasm, when we are saying it is a liquid part, it contains most of the water. There are most of the salts dissolved in the water. So ये जो movement है ना, ये अंदर और बाहर के respective में होगा कि किसका concentration ज्यादा है, किसका कम.
Ma'am,
और
so if
उसके
the
basis
shell will started shrinking or swelling, then it will
that
be.
depends in what medium you are putting.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
जैसे कि हम रेजिन्स की बात करते हैं, तो रेजिन्स को आप पानी में डाल दोगे. So
no,
raisins
means our inner body cells like RBCs.
Yes. That is what I'm telling
So
you.
if
You
they will
compare
start
it like that.
yes.
Okay, you
Shrinking or
compare it. Yes, what you have to do is you have to compare like that. Suppose, see what happens is when you are dehydrated, जब आपने पानी वानी नहीं पिया है, that means water content कम है. So you need something from the outside
Yes.
source.
So external it is
Yes.
interconnected, no?
Yes. So this is what you are getting from external. When you are more hydrated, when you have drunk excess of water. So what you do is we go for the washroom for many at times.
Yes.
So this is how our body is regulating high concentration and low
So
concentration.
it is maintaining equally.
Yes, it has to be maintained.
Yes.
The equilibrium has to be maintained. Okay. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then we were discussing endoplasmic reticulum. So this is again, it is near to the nucleus, this endoplasmic reticulum. It is made up of network of membrane bound tubes and sheets. Okay. And this endoplasmic membrane, it has almost similar structure to the plasma membrane. And there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. One is rough endoplasmic, which has the presence of ribosomes on its surface. So this ribosomes give the rough appearance. And another one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which will not have any ribosomes on the surface. Okay. So when you see the rough endoplasmic reticulum or the functions involved with the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So this rough endoplasmic reticulum, because it has the presence of ribosomes on its surface, so it is involved in the synthesis of protein. Okay, ribosomes. They are the site, they are the factory of synthesis of proteins. Okay. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it helps in the manufacture of fat molecules, lipids. Okay. So because this endoplasmic reticulum, whether rough or smooth, it is producing the proteins. So these proteins and lipids, smooth endoplasmic reticulum is producing the lipids. So these proteins and lipids are important in building the cell membrane. This process is called as membrane biogenesis. Okay. Okay. So you can see what is this membrane biogenesis? When the proteins and lipids are utilized in building of the cell membranes. Okay. Then SER, it is also involved with the function of detoxification. That is, it will help in the removal of many poisonous drugs and substances out from the body. And this ER, it also functions as a cytoplasmic framework. That is, a lot of biochemical activities are regulated. A lot of protein synthesis takes place in the cell. So a lot of biochemical activities are regulated in the endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and it also serves as a channel for the transport of materials between cytoplasm और between the cytoplasm and the nucleus, because मैंने आपको पहले ही बताया था ये उसके nucleus से attach होता है. तो nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum and then cytoplasm. So यहाँ से exchange को भी facilitate करता है endoplasmic reticulum. Clear? Then next we have Golgi apparatus, more or less iske jaisa hi lagta hai, but it has bags and vesicles. Okay, so this was discovered by Camillo Golgi, and it also consists a system of membrane bound vesicles. Bag like structures are called as vesicles, and they are approximately parallel to each other. Okay, they also have a connection with the endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum आप यहाँ पे देख रहे हो तो blue में है, ये जो pink में है ये है Golgi body. So they are connected with the endoplasmic reticulum. And the functions, if you see, whatever materials are synthesized in the endoplasmic reticulum, they are packed and modified into Golgi apparatus. Okay, so जैसे देखो ये एक अगर आप एक फैक्ट्री की तरह एक एग्जांपल ले लोगे कि सपोज चिप्स की फैक्ट्री है, तो जो रॉ मटेरियल्स हैं वो हमको मिल रहे हैं न्यूक्लियस में से. वो रॉ मटेरियल्स प्रोसेस होके, जो आपको चिप्स के लिए आपको रॉ मटेरियल में क्या चाहिए, यू नीड पोटैटो. So that potato is what you are getting from the nucleus. Okay, so that potato is turned into the chips in the endoplasmic reticulum. अभी आपको ये चिप्स में थोड़ा सा फ्लेवर चाहिए, सॉल्ट चाहिए, कुछ स्पाइसेस चाहिए. So that salt and spices is being done in the Golgi apparatus. So that is what we call it as modification and packaging of the molecules or the proteins is carried out in the Golgi apparatus. Okay. And this there is a conversion of some complex sugars into simple sugars in the Golgi apparatus. It is also involved in the function of formation of lysosomes. We will see what are these lysosomes we have coming up in the next section. This is it. So this lysosome, it is acting as a suicidal bag for the cell. It is important for disposal of waste substances. Okay, so whenever we come across any bacterial infection or anything related to that, this lysosomes will break up that bacteria. It will degrade it by the action of digestive enzymes. Okay, so therefore they are called as suicidal bags. आया समझ में? Clear? कुछ डाउट है इसमें? Quickly. No. Okay, good. Then we have mitochondria. Now this mitochondria, it also has two membranes, the outer membrane and the inner membrane. Outer membrane is plain, you can see in the figure, and the inner membrane has various folds in it. So these folds, they generate great surface area for ATP generation. Okay, mitochondria is involved with the production of energy. It is known as energy currency of the cell. Okay, energy production takes place over here. So mitochondria, you see, it has its own DNA and ribosome. That is why it is called as cell within the cell. माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया के अंदर भी अपना डीएनए होता है, अपने राइबोसोम्स होते हैं. ओके, बट कंट्रोल उसको न्यूक्लियस से ही मिलेगा. जो भी कंट्रोल होगा वो हमेशा न्यूक्लियस से मिलेगा, लेकिन इसके अंदर खुद का डीएनए होता है, खुद का राइबोसोम होता है, अपने प्रोटीन्स बना सकता है, अपना जो सेल डिवीजन है वो कैरी आउट कर सकता है. इसीलिए इसको हम बोलते हैं सेल विद इन द सेल. ओके, then functions, you see, mainly they are known as the powerhouse of the cell because they are responsible for the process of generation of energy in the form of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine molecule packed with 3 phosphate molecules. Okay, then we have plastids. So plastids आपको plants में देखने को मिलेंगे. They are also similar to the mitochondria. They have their own DNA and ribosomes. And plastids, if you see, they are of 3 types. 2 types, chromoplast and leucoplast. Chromoplast के अंदर आप जो अलग अलग कलर्स देखते हो प्लांट्स में, it is because of the chromoplast. Chromo means color. And in most of the plants, this chromoplast, they are having the green color pigment called chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is important for photosynthesis. Okay, because it helps in the capture of sunlight and carries out photosynthesis. Then there are another type of plastids called as leucoplast. So leucoplast अगर आप देखोगे तो they are responsible for the storage part, storage of starch, oil or protein granules. Okay, and then we have vacuoles. So these vacuoles are again the storage organs present in the plant cells. There are very large vacuoles present in the plant cells. Animals में बहुत ही negligible होंगे या नहीं भी होंगे. Okay, plants के अंदर definitely होंगे. So they are the storage sacs for solid or liquid contents. They are small in size. Okay, in animal or they are not present, whereas in the plant cells they have very large vacuoles and they occupy around 50 to 90% of the cell volume. So if you see the function and the importance of vacuole, they are full of cell sap, liquid material, fluid material. They provide turgidity and rigidity to the cell. Okay. And many substances like amino acid, sugar, organic acids, etc. can be stored in the vacuoles. Then even in amoeba, which is a single cell organism, the vacuoles are responsible for the digestion of food. Okay. And in some unicellular organism, these vacuoles are also important as they expel excess water and waste from the cell. जैसे कि अमीबा की बात हो रही है. Okay, so with this we have completed the revision for our chapter. Now we will quickly discuss with the worksheet. कुछ doubts है इसमें किसी को भी? One second, I'll share worksheet with you. Okay. So ये कुछ questions मैंने आपके लिए note down किए हैं. पूरा chapter का इसके अंदर एक discussion type आ जाएगा जो कि आपको करना है आपके separate tuition notebooks में. Okay. So first question is label the parts of the microscope. ये आप खुद ही आप figure में से बना के and then you have to label without seeing it. Then what do you mean by selective permeability? Come on, you have to answer because it is your revision. मेरा exam नहीं है. So quickly, who is going to answer this? Selective permeability. What do we mean by selective permeability?
Ma'am, selectively permeable means a choosed ones only, which is able to go inside the cell.
Okay, so it refers to the plasma membrane. It refers to the characteristic of plasma membrane, which has the characteristic of allowing some of the molecules to enter inside the cell while the others are not permitted. Okay, and seems like only Prakrut is interested in answering the questions and appearing for the exams. Don't do such kind of things. At least answer, at least participate. Then there is a difference between diffusion and osmosis. I just need one word. Don't go for the whole definition. Just one word जो कि आपको osmosis में add करना है.
मैम डिफ्यूजन में movement of molecules from higher to lower concentration, and osmosis movement of water molecules from region of higher to lower through semi-permeable membrane.
Through a semi-permeable membrane. Okay, semi-permeable membrane is what you should not miss for osmosis. Then, okay, what will happen? First, A part, 4A, if you place a D-shell egg in concentrated salt solution. Who will answer?
Ma'am, D-shelled egg means?
You have removed the shell through hydrochloric acid.
Okay.
Concentrated salt solution. So water will move out or it will enter?
Ma'am, it will enter.
It will move out. Hypertonic. Salt in concentrated salt solution. Okay. So water का concentration कहाँ पे ज़्यादा है? Egg के अंदर ज़्यादा है.
Okay.
Water के concentration से आपको correlate करना है. ठीक है? तो water का concentration अंदर ज़्यादा है और बाहर concentrated है, बाहर कम है. इसीलिए the water will leave the cell.
Yes, ma'am, understand. Ma'am, actually, I was labeling that image of that D-shelled egg.
See, simple thing. Just remember the keywords that if we are talking about concentrated solution, so cell will lose water.
Yes.
Okay. If we are talking about concentrated medium, water will enter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Then second one, if resins are soaked in pure water,
it will swell up.
It will swell.
So hypertonic solution.
Yes, because now inside there is more. Okay. Concentration is inside more and water concentration outside is more. So water will enter. Okay. Then name the constituents of the plasma membrane. What makes up the plasma membrane? Proteins and lipids. Okay. Then same way, plasmolysis. Who will discuss? All the keys you have to discuss. क्या होगा प्लाज्मोलिसिस में? सबसे पहले yes, Prakrut.
Contraction means water will the shrinkage of water due to osmosis.
Contents of the cell from the cell wall. Okay.
Due to osmosis
Yes, due to osmosis, concentrated solution hoga. So the contents
and
will
contraction of this, it is result the loss of water
be
from the
loss
cell.
of from the cell. Okay. Then functions of the cell wall already been discussed in the PPT. Then what are chromosomes? Why they are important?
Yes, ma'am, can I?
Yes.
Ma'am, they are the thread-like structures which contain the heredity information of the parents.
Yes, which
Uh,
contain.
uh, they have their
Ma'am,
DNA.
DNA.
Yes.
They
So
contains DNA.
yes, they contain the heredity information which is called DNA. Okay. Then now structure and function of the nucleus.
Ma'am,
Okay, that
DNA
is a
and
short note.
protein.
Yes, DNA and
Protein.
DNA and proteins. Okay, they are made up of DNA and proteins. Okay, that is, you can write extra whatever you want. Okay. Then structure and function of the nucleus, you have to write the short note type of thing. 4 point of difference between prokaryotic, eukaryotic. This we have already discussed. Then who am I? I am the site for manufacture of proteins. Come on, everyone has to answer,
Yes,
not
ma'am.
only Prakrut. All the answers mostly have been given by Prakrut. Some Satakshi is giving some. What about others? You don't have exams. Come on, who will answer? Okay, Prakrut, since you said you know you can answer.
Yes, ma'am. Ribosomes.
Ribosomes. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Then second one, I help in the manufacture of fat and lipid molecules.
Ma'am, mitochondria.
No, smooth endoplasmic reticulum.
Yes. Smooth.
Okay, then ribosomes are attached on my surface.
Yes. RER.
RER.
Rough.
Then I am involved in the formation of lysosomes. Golgi.
Golgi.
Okay, Golgi apparatus. Then I help in the formation of complex sugar from simple sugar. Same, Golgi.
Golgi. Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am, I was confusing that.
No, same answer for this. Then lysosomes are known as suicidal bags. So just now we discussed because of the
Yes.
action of the digestive enzymes.
And because
Then,
of the damage, the cells, they
yeah,
digest their
so
own
dead
cells.
and damaged cells are digested by the lysosomes. Okay, then we have detailed note on mitochondria. You can write about the structure and the functions of mitochondria when you have detailed note. Then plastids, same way. What are plastid? It's printed types. So same way you have to write a detail. And then you have to give the examples of vacuoles in plants and in amoeba. Okay, so plants, turgidity and rigidity, amoeba for taking up of food and elimination of waste. Okay, now see what important thing that you should remember for your exams is, first of all, you have to follow your textbook thoroughly. Okay, जो भी आपके textbook में दिया है वो आपको अच्छे से आना चाहिए. You can refer other books for your knowledge, for your understanding purpose, but whatever answers you are writing, that should follow the textbook. Okay, make it a rule, thumb rule. That textbook is very, very important. You should read the textbook 10 times. Okay. Then another thing, especially when we are asking you any definition. So this definition, it has to be specific. जो आपको बुक में दिया हुआ है आप वो लिखो. बहुत बार आप टेस्ट में भी ऐसे करते हो कि extra लिख देते हो.
Yes, some terminology matters.
So see, that extra things are purely for your knowledge. Okay, I can tell you 10 extra things. I can give you n number of knowledge. Okay, but ultimately you have to follow your textbook, whatever is given in your textbook. Okay, क्योंकि एग्जामिनर को पता चल जाता है कि ये चीज टेक्स्ट बुक में नहीं दी गई है और ये कहीं और से पढ़ के लिखी गई है. So this, kind of gives us a dissatisfaction. That means you have not understood the complex concept.
Yes, like घुमा
Yes,
के एक ही जगह.
Exactly. Okay. जैसे डेफिनेशन अगर आपको पूछी गई है ऑस्मोसिस की, तो जो आपको बुक में दी गई है आप वही सेम डेफिनेशन लिखो. आप उसको और घुमा फिरा के उसको अच्छा बनाने की जगह पे आप एग्जामिनर के दिमाग में क्या डालोगे कि इसको कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर नहीं है, इसने सिर्फ पढ़ा है बस. सो डोंट डू दैट. ओके, स्पेशली जो भी डेफिनेशंस हैं, जो भी टर्मिनोलॉजीज हैं, वो अच्छे से याद रखो. ओके, साइंस में आपका ग्रामर नहीं देखा जाएगा, बट आपकी टर्मिनोलॉजी जरूर देखी जाएंगी. सो अच्छे से टर्मिनोलॉजीज लिखो, प्लस डेफिनेशंस अच्छे से लिखो, 1 वर्ड 1 लाइन आंसर्स. दिस शुड बी टू द पॉइंट. जब आपको पूछा जाता है एक्सप्लेन, आप उसको अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन करो. 4 पॉइंट्स 3-4 पॉइंट्स अच्छे से लिखो उसके बारे में. ओके, शॉर्ट नोट बोल रहे हैं तो शॉर्ट नोट भी आपका 4-5 पॉइंट्स का होना चाहिए. ओके, डिफरेंस पूछ रहे हैं आपको तो अच्छे से डिफरेंस लिखो.
In a
2
tabular
डिफरेंस
form.
लिखो. Yes, in the tabular form, you write the difference, you write the examples also if you remember. Then diagram वाले questions अच्छे से practice करो. Full marks for the diagram question. Okay. उसके अलावा क्वेश्चन को ब्रेक डाउन करना सीखो. जैसे कि देखो यहाँ पे 14th क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट आर प्लास्टिड्स. तो पहले प्लास्टिड्स के बारे में बताओ. एक्सप्लेन इट्स टाइप, तो उसके डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप्स बताओ. ठीक है, तो उस तरह से आपको मार्क्स मिलते हैं. 1 मार्क फॉर दिस, 2 मार्क्स फॉर प्लास्टिड में क्रोमोप्लास्ट है और लूकोप्लास्ट है, तो वो आपने एक्सप्लेन किया, उसका 1-1 मार्क. तो इस तरह से आपका 3 मार्क का क्वेश्चन रेडी होता है. सेम वे फॉर 5 मार्क्स. ओके, सो अच्छे से पूरा पहले क्वेश्चन समझो और उसके बाद लिखो. एक्सप्लेन द स्ट्रक्चर एंड फंक्शन ऑफ न्यूक्लियस. तो आधा मार्क इसका है, आधा मार्क इसका है. इस तरह से मार्क्स को बाइफरकेट करना होता है. ओके, सो कोई भी चीज अगर आप मिस आउट कर जाते हो तो आपके मार्क्स डेफिनेटली कम होंगे. स्ट्रक्चर पूछा है, स्ट्रक्चर लिख के पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर दो. फंक्शन पूछा है तो नीचे फंक्शन का हेडिंग देके पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर दो. ओके, सो लाइक दिस यू शुड constructively write your answers. Clear? Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
I will be sharing the PPT and this worksheet as well. And
Yes, ma'am.
all the
Ma'am, do
best.
we have to
Yes.
submit this worksheet in the WhatsApp group
Yes,
after
you can.
writing?
Yes, in 2-3 days you have to finish up your work and then you
Okay,
have to
okay,
submit
sure,
in the
ma'am.
group. Okay. So yes, we will wind up for this, and everyone have a nice day.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day. Bye, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Prepare well.
Bye, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Have a nice day. Bye, ma'am.